Hey everyone, Scott here, aka SANspotter, and I am back again with yet another Icelandair video, this one being Flight 863 from Reykjavik to San Francisco. This one's going to be a little bit different though, because unlike that last flight from San Francisco to Reykjavik, this one's going to be completely full, and it's going to be a great way to answer the question of whether or not Icelandair is worth it. Are you better off avoiding Icelandair altogether? Well, there's only one way to find out, so let's jump in head first and see what happens. If you love small and cramped airports with nowhere to sit, you're going to love the one here at Reykjavik. It's a really nice looking airport with decent views to the outside, but if you don't have lounge access, be prepared to pace back and forth for hours until your flight starts boarding. Or better yet, wait to the very last minute to check in to avoid all this chaos. It should also be noted that there aren't enough jet bridges to handle all the flights that come through here during peak hours, so that means remote gates. That's perfectly fine by me though, because as a die-hard aviation and airline guy, I love nothing more than a scenic bus ride to my plane. I realize that it's not for everybody though, so just realize that it's a possibility before you fly in and out of Reykjavik. I still can't believe that I can pronounce that correctly. Can't spell it though. As I mentioned earlier, this is a completely full flight, so a little bit more patience is going to be needed compared to that flight from San Francisco to Reykjavik a few days ago. I was also really curious to see how the flight attendants were going to be able to deal with a heavy load such as this. And I gotta admit, I was half tempted to order everything on the menu just to see how they would handle the pressure. Anyway, the seats are really comfy on this particular 767-300, just like last time, with plenty of room to spread out. It's pretty nice for a low-cost carrier such as this, so way to go, Icelandair. Apologies for not having proper takeoff footage for you guys, but it was a really long takeoff roll, so I thought you might be interested, and if you're not, you can skip ahead to the 4-minute mark and we'll pick it up in the air. Okay, mealtime. The question is, do I order everything on the menu or not? Actually, I would never do such a thing, mostly because I'm poor, but for the most part, I don't like making people squirm unnecessarily like that. It'd be funny though, I'm not gonna lie. Unfortunately, as boring as this may sound, I went with the exact same choice that I had on the San Francisco to Reykjavik flight a few days ago, which was the Spanish-style tapas box with the mystery meat that I couldn't quite identify. Expensive, but good. And most definitely not enough food to last for the entire flight either. I could have eaten 10 of those boxes, mystery meat and all. flight was just as comfortable as the empty flight on the way out from San Francisco to Reykjavik a few days ago, and I spent the majority of the second half of this flight writing trip reports for my blog until my brain turned to mush. At that point, I switched over to Family Guy. So it all comes down to this. I'm in an aisle seat. I'm not going to have landing footage for you guys, but I think a really good way to end this video is to answer the question of whether or not Icelandair is worth flying or not. The answer, in my opinion, is undoubtedly yes, if you're flying economy class. If I'm being completely honest, the Icelandair business class product doesn't look all that luxurious, and as far as I'm concerned, the best bang for the buck is back here in economy. You get plenty of legroom with decent seat pitch, a crew that actually cares about their job, and you get all this for a decent price, which is really competitive, and you can't beat that. Especially if you're planning on doing a stopover in Reykjavik, because that's going to get pricey fast. But that's a topic for another video, so I'm going to end this one here. Thanks for watching.